If your homeschool feels like it is barely holding it together, subjects are getting skipped, kids are wandering around with half-done assignments, and you end most days wondering if anything actually was accomplished, I just want to encourage you that you are not the only homeschool mother who has been there. There are a lot of homeschool moms who are there right now, and hopefully this video will help to give you a few strategies to get out of that survival mode rut. There are many reasons for being in survival mode. A tough pregnancy, a newborn baby, a chronic illness in yourself, or maybe even unfortunately in one of your children. A move, the list goes on and on. This is real life that we're dealing with here. After nearly 2 decades of homeschooling 11 children with 3 of them graduated, I can tell you something honestly. Almost every homeschool is going to go through multiple seasons of survival mode. The good news is that survival mode is not permanent. But getting out of survival mode does require a few intentional resets. Today, I want to walk you through practical strategies that can help you reclaim your homeschool and get your days back under control. Number 1, stop trying to fix everything at once. So this, I'm convinced this is just human nature. When things feel out of control or when something is not going the way that you want, most of us just naturally tend to try to do a complete overhaul of everything, and it rarely works. New curriculum, new schedule, new educational philosophy, new systems, but massive overhauls often create more chaos, not less, and we've got to get that through our heads. Instead, you need to triage what is going on, and you need to attack the number 1 thing that is going to create the most change in your homeschool first. Attack that with all of your focus. And then once that is under control, you can move on to the next one. Usually, the one thing that is going to help you get it under control before anything else is to take a good hard look at your systems and the structure of your day. Get that under control and everything else will feel so much easier. You are never going to need a perfect homeschool in order to get out of survival mode, but what you are going to need is to regain consistency in your days again. Number 2, restore the authority structure. So many moms think that they have a homeschool problem. They think maybe it's the curriculum, or they think maybe it's the educational philosophy again. What they really have is a lack of discipline in their homeschool. There are so many moms out there who don't understand the basics of teaching their children how to behave themselves. I've been recommending one book for months and months and months and months now, and I have received numerous YouTube comments and Facebook comments and emails from moms who this book has helped tremendously. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend it again. If you are having problems with your children's behavior in the homeschool, please check out the book, Parenting by the Book by John Rosemond. It has already helped so many moms who watch this channel, and I know that it can help you too. But this is one area that you're going to have to get under control. If your children cannot behave themselves and they don't view you as the authority in the house or in the homeschool, you're not going to be able to teach them. So this is one area that really does need to be addressed in every homeschool if your children are having problems here. Number 3, cut the school day down to the essentials. Okay, so after having a new baby and it's time to get back to school, don't try to go for the full homeschool schedule. You do need to ease back into things because your children have had a break. You've had a break. You have a very, very needy newborn, most likely. You're probably sleep deprived, and that is not the time to just push through and do whatever it takes, because your body is still recovering from making a baby and then delivering a baby and now feeding a baby. So you have to, I know that if you're already behind and you've been watching my videos, you're probably feeling the pressure. Like you want to fix your homeschool, you want to do this, you want to, show up for your children, and you will. But don't try to go from 0 to packed homeschool schedule overnight. Ease back in, get the math going, get the reading going, get the writing going again. Put on a YouTube documentary in the afternoon on history or science, and put on an audiobook in the afternoon for 30 minutes. And then, you will gradually get back to the place where you yourself are doing the read alouds, where you yourself are doing a science experiment, where you yourself are teaching the history lessons. You will get there. But don't try to just add everything back in all at once. I don't want you exhausted. Your children need you strong, and they need you emotionally healthy. And if you're wearing yourself too thin, that's not going to happen. So just remember, there are things that can help you, like those documentaries that I'm talking about, get a subscription to Audible for read alouds. There are many, many ways that you can do this where you're easing yourself back in. And I am just asking you, don't wear yourself too thin. If you're dealing with a chronic illness, this might just need to be your normal, and that's okay. You can still give your children an excellent education without you having to do all of it yourself. So let's keep that in mind. Number 4, establish a predictable daily rhythm. So one of the biggest markers of survival mode is a day that is constantly shifting. Okay, so if you don't have a start time in the morning and it's the same every morning, or if you don't have a set lunch time, or if you don't have set break times, all of these things are going to create a homeschool that is less streamlined and more chaotic. Children and parents function so much better when there is a predictable rhythm to the day. It does not have to be complicated, but it must be clear. There needs to be clarity around when school starts. There needs to be clarity about which subject comes first, which subject comes second. There needs to be clarity about when we take a lunch break and when we get back to work. And what happens when we get back to work? What are we doing every single time? Creating clarity around all of these points will go so far in reducing the chaos of your day. Number 5, rebuild work habits. So sometimes in a homeschool, the big problem is actually the habits surrounding the way that we work. Sloppy handwriting, rushing through assignments, just trying to get done as quickly as possible and not paying attention to accuracy. Constant distractions, resistance to effort. Part of reclaiming your homeschool from survival mode is setting a high standard and then making sure that your children reach that standard every time. It's important to infuse the culture of your home with a pride of work. In our house, the Bufas have neat handwriting. Now, that might require you re-instructing everyone on handwriting, but you need to decide what your family standards are going to be, and then you need to be prepared to enforce those standards. These habits of work almost matter more than curriculum decisions. Number 6, remove distractions from the school day. So many homeschools get derailed by interruptions. Back in the day, when I first started in the early 2000s, it was more of the phone calls, okay? There weren't cell phones, or they weren't used nearly as often, but there were landlines everywhere, and homeschool moms would call each other and chit chat for 30 minutes or an hour. And this happened with multiple homeschool friends. And before you know it, you've been on the phone for 4 hours and you have nothing to show for your day. Now, a lot of you, like myself, probably are not spending a lot of time actually talking on the phone. But if your friend texts you and asks a quick question, well, it's not going to hurt anything. This is just going to take 30 seconds. Let me just take care of this real quick. And then it happens again, and it happens again, and it happens again. Or you have your notifications turned on for social media and you get a ding because someone mentioned you and something and you need to go see what it was. All of these interruptions add up and they scatter your brain, they scatter your focus. Your children are certainly not getting that focus. and it causes problems. So if you want to get out of survival mode, you need to stick that phone in a drawer, turn your notifications off, and just forget that it even exists. Number 7, set a clear start time. Okay, you probably feel like I've been banging on this drum, and I have. I mentioned this in almost every single one of my videos. It cannot be underestimated how important a start time is to your homeschool. If you're paying for a private education for your children and they didn't have a clear start time, would you be willing to put your children in that school? No, you would not. You need to have the same standards in your own homeschool. It really is important. Have a start time and start on time. And just one other thing, if you are trying to get out of survival mode, do not make your start time unnecessarily early. There's nothing wrong with a 9 or a 9:30 start time. Just make sure that you have one and that you start by that time every day. Consistency matters. Having a standard matters. You can always move it earlier once you get things a little bit more under control if you want to, but there's nothing wrong with a 9 a.m. start time. So if your homeschool has been in survival mode, I want to encourage you with something important. Again, you do not need to rebuild everything overnight. What you are really doing here is reestablishing your authority, reestablishing structure in your homeschool, and reestablishing good work habits. And it doesn't need to be done overnight. It needs to be done gradually. One of the simplest tools to do this is the humble checklist. This is why I created the Homeschool Checklist Protocol, to help moms put this strategy into place in their homeschool, because it truly is life-changing, especially when you're coming out of survival mode. Once every subject and assignment is clearly tracked, the guessing suddenly disappears. You know what has been completed, your children know what is expected of them each day, and your homeschool begins to run with far more clarity. So check out the Homeschool Checklist Protocol. The link for that is in the description below. If this video has helped you think about your homeschool differently, please make sure to like and subscribe. Every week, twice a week, I share practical strategies to help homeschool mothers have a homeschool that is truly excellent. I'll see you in the next video.